All right, here we are on page 17 already in this book. It's another Rian Sa Lang Bun, another review lesson, and our letters are ta, ta, ba, pa. All right, go ahead and read these. We'll go through these a little bit quicker. If you're still not catching up, go back and listen to the phonics, the blend card review several times over. Get faster with those. Or if there's a certain letter that's tripping you up, a certain vowel, something like that, go back and try to listen to the letter again. We'll try to go through a little faster this time though. Ta, once again, grandfather. This is a review lesson, so any words in here will already be translated. We're just going to read these. Tao, tai, te, ta, pai, boi, bao, beh, pe. Right, split your syllables. You read? Let's read together. Te, ta. Split syllables. You read? And together. Tao, gai. Once again, this one has the ta instead of the jaw, like right here. So you can see the little bit of different. What you want to look for is that little curve that goes up. So this is a ta, this is a jaw. Very similar, but they have that one little difference. All right, next. Your turn. Together. Dom, bai. Bom, bao. Ka, pa. Ka, pa. Excuse me. All right. Go ahead and read it. And together. Cháu, cái, thai, thô. Did you find 4 syllables? Go ahead and read it. And together. Cũng, chám, tai, tha. Next, lots of syllables. All right, go ahead and check your work. Once again, this is like a period. So go ahead and read it and then we'll read it together. And together. Chào, bố, đã, te, ta. All right, right here it says to put in the missing letter if you want to go back and look at it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it to you and then you can try to write it. I know they did not give you much place, but try to hear the consonant. And then if you look up top, try to see which one you hear and then write it in the blank. So this is called a tao, tao. All right, which consonant do you hear? Write it in there. You might have to look back, pause a second, look back and see how to write it, what is written first. All right. I'm not sure if the loop there is large enough for you to see. Tao. Okay, this next word is toe, toe. So go ahead and write that one. I actually have not looked in the book to see the way that they write it. Let me actually look here. So yes, some people write from the ta. Some people write from the loop first, but the correct way is actually to write down. So go ahead and write your ta. All right, there's that page. We're going to move on to page number 18 here. Page number 18, we have two more letters, the letters sa and the letter ha. And we'll look at these real quickly. The first word, go ahead and read it, sai. So sai, you'll see in this picture right here, a lot of kids like to play with sai, a birdie, or I've heard it called shuttlecock. It's a feather and a bunch of plastic. They like to kick it around. So that's sai. Next, sao. All right. Se, horse. You see the picture here. Sua, you'll recognize this word from sua sadai. It actually means to ask. It's the word for ask. Okay? Som, sua, ming, please ask your aunt. Okay? Som, sua, knyom, please ask me. So sua. Ho, ho. So this is to flow. So you could say, let's say you went in someone's house and the faucet was left on. You could say, "Tat ho," the water is running. All right. Har, this means to fly. Har. And this actually means to fly by flapping your wings. Right here is another word, ha. This is more like what a plane would do, more ha, to fly across. So it's a little bit different. There's actually two words for what we would use in English to say fly. So if you just remember, this one is more for animals, this one is for an airplane, at least for now. Okay, this word. You should remember the word from last time. That was baba. This is exactly the same except for with the letter sa. So this is sa. And this is a pillar. So for instance, in our church, in the auditorium, we have 4 sa-sa's. So sa, that would be a pillar. All right, the next word is actually important. Go ahead and split it up. I see the silent row. I know that ends my syllable, and I have 2 syllables right there. Okay, go ahead and read it. Sa-se. Sa-se means to write. Okay. Knyom rin sa-se pisa Khmer. I'm learning to write Khmer. All right, so that's something you could say. I'll say that again. Knyom rin sa-se pisa Khmer. Or Knyom kam sa-se pisa Khmer. I'm trying to write Khmer. Okay, next, you have 2 syllables here. Once again, you see that row. Eventually, it won't be in parentheses, but right now they're just trying to remind you that it's silent. Go ahead and read it. Ho, hai. Ho, hai. Okay, next, split it up. All right, you read this word, somnua, somnua. Now, this is very similar to the word sua, and a lot of times when you see this here, what's happening is it's taking a verb like sua to ask a question, and it's making it into a noun. So this is to ask. Okay, I asked something, but this is the noun for that, a question. So this is a question. Okay, you could say som, sua, somnua. Please, actually, if you say that, you're asking, can I ask a question? You could say knyom, sua, somnua. I ask a question. So I know in English the words are completely different, but a question is something you're asking, right? So it's the noun for what you're asking. So we just use a completely different word in English, but it's the same thing. It's the noun for it. Okay? Next. Once again, this sa has no vowel connected to it, so it would say its name. Sa, 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 sa. Once again, I can't stress it enough. It is not sa, sa. It's sa. Accent is extremely important. If you say it unclearly, but you get the accent right, there's more of a chance that they'll be able to understand you than if you say it clearly and get the accent wrong. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. For instance, if I were to say, in my house I have a bookcase, I could say bookcase, and you'd probably still understand me. But if I said bookcase, it's very hard to understand. Bookcase, to figure out what in the world I'm talking about. So bookcase, putting the accent on the right syllable is incredibly important. Drawer, if I said drawer, you probably would have a hard time figuring out what I'm talking about. So it truly is important to remember not just the sounds of it, but also what syllable is accented. So if you want to go through, as we go through this, from now on, or even go back and look through some things, and in fact, pretty much every word we've had so far has had the second syllable accented. So, sosar, not sosar, sosar. And this means to praise. So if you go to church in Cambodia, you'll hear this word a lot. In fact, the song Hallelujah, 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 sosar, pre ong, praise ye the Lord. So you hear sosar a lot. That is the word for praise. All right, nice long sentences. They're getting longer. Go ahead and split it up into syllables. All right, I'll give you a chance to read it alone. All right, and together. Chào, hay, calm, sa, se. All right, you should recognize Chào, grandchild, and a lot of times when you have that, then whatever comes after is a name. If you don't recognize the word, it's probably a name. So Chào hay, his name is Hay. Calm, you should recognize this word as well. It means to try, so he's trying. Sa, se, to write. So this grandchild named Hay is trying to write. Chào hay, calm, sa, se. All right. Here we go. I'll give you a second to check your work. All right, go ahead and read it. Again, or together. Ta, som, sa, sa, so, ka. So this is one word, sa, sa, and this at the end here is actually a name, so ka. So this, let's read it together. Ta, som, sa, sa, so, ka. All right, with the accent one more time. So you have so, sa, so ka. And that will come more and more as you understand what the words are. I understand now you're reading, it's just a bunch of syllables put together, but just constantly keep that in the back of your mind. Accent the second syllable the majority of the time. All right, let's read it together. Ta, som, so, sa, so, ka. All right, ta, grandpa, som is his name. So, sa, he praised. So, ka, he praised someone named So, ka. We don't know if it's a male or a female, his granddaughter, grandson, but he praised this person named So, ka. All right, once again, we have se, horse, ha, to fly like a bird, sai, this birdie thing here, and ha, to fly as in an airplane. That's all for today. So for the ah sounds, we only have a very little bit left. In fact, if you look ahead in your book, you have page 19 with la and ah, and then we have a review. So just one more lesson of reading left, and then we will start the o sounds. And get those. Hopefully by now the ah sounds have become much more familiar. If they're not familiar, you want to get them familiar before we start the o's, or it will get very confusing. Anyway, enjoy your time and have fun reading.